What's up, guys? MindWarrior here, or Christian, and today we have another interview for the MPL Season 3. And with me, I have Jocalistic and Jocalistic. I'm sorry, man. I apologize.
We're gonna add this as a little blooper thing.
Yeah, I'll put it at the end of the video of me butchering, because I'm awful. This is why I should let people do their own introductions. I apologize.
Alright, that's funny. I've heard a lot of butchering of my name so far, but that's been the funniest.
Americans, right?
Yeah. It's Jocalisk.
Okay, there we go. And the coach of the Leeds Rhyhorns.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Started off well. So, I just wanted to talk to you about what you think of your record last season, how you did, and how you think of your draft and all that.
Well, last season obviously I didn't finish due to some real life stuff, but last season I thought I started strong, and then obviously I think my last match I played I did lose against Jack. I think that's kind of when I realised last season I didn't draft. I just had to explain. I didn't draft Pokemon that suited me and my playstyle personally. They were too predictable. They were too narrow in what they could do, in my opinion. And this season, I think I'm just a lot more confident with my draft.
Okay. Yeah, it's always important to be at least comfortable and just have some versatility with the mons that you draft. So, going into this year's draft now, segueing into it, I think looking at your draft, it's very threatening and it has a lot of interesting mons that are just huge threats in the format.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more me. There's a few things I haven't used on there. I've never used NT Mega Scizor or Thunderous Incarnate actually before my first match. I have played my first match, but them 3 months I've never really used before. I've experimented with Ditto a few times, but the threats on there are very. You can't underestimate a single one. I think it's going to be hard to prepare for.
Yeah.
Just one single mon. When literally 90% of them can pose a huge offensive threat, and they can still take hits as well and be used as utility and all that.
Oh, definitely.
A bit so far, yeah.
Like looking at your wall core with Umbreon, Seismitoad, and Amoonguss, it's disgusting. I would not want to go up against this. And then still having the threats of Entei and Mamoswine, like this is a very scary draft in my opinion. It's one of the best.
It's Latias is one of the most one of the moms I'm the most comfortable with. Mamoswine, again, I've said in my draft analysis, it's the one that I definitely knew I wanted from the start. It was one of the first ones I knew I wanted. Of the rest of them, I kind of just went along as the draft went along. I just kind of picked it up. But Mamoswine is definitely my personal favourite this season.
Yeah, Mamoswine's one of my favorite mons as well in the format. It's just very powerful, and nothing really wants to switch into any attack it wants to do. And of course the wild card in Ditto. I just love that as a final pick.
Well, it's funny because going on towards the last couple of picks, I started thinking about Ditto, and obviously this is when I was like, you had to divide your points in what you needed, what you didn't need, and the tiers respectively. This is the first plan I had, so I didn't get sniped once throughout this entire draft, so that was good.
Wow.
Yeah, so when I went down the Thunderous route, which is where you leave Thunderous after me wall cause, I had 60 points left, and I was actually going to go for something like Dugtrio. I saw a lot of interesting ones in the 60 tier bracket that were underestimated, but Ditto, I've seen it being used by other people in League format, and I really wanted to try it out because no one can set up on you for free without Ditto just taking all that, or no one can have a little niche or a little surprise for me without me knowing it's just straight away with Ditto.
Yeah.
It's a lot of matchmaking. It can just handle a lot of things like Latios versus Latios. It can just handle itself. So when you've got a mirror match, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I really want to see how it works, especially because from draft to draft and league to league, it works very differently and people use it in different ways. But I'd really like to see it take on a couple setup sweepers, like a Mega Altaria and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I just can't wait for someone to forget about it. Like, I really just can't wait. I just want someone to set up in my face, and I'll just be like, yeah, go for it, do it. And then I'll just send out a Ditto and everything will be fine.
Yeah. So now, looking at your conference, and I just had my I just interviewed Blake right before you. Your divisions is the Moon division is very stacked. From looking at it and the drafts. What do you think?
Well, I don't want to sound too harsh, but I definitely think Moon division is the harder division this season. Because you've got Dan and Blake who have, I think Dan's won season 1, hasn't it? No,
yes.
Not season 1.
Well, season 2. Yes.
Season 2, and then Moxie's won season 1. I know they went to the finals.
They both went to the finals last season.
And I know Dan and Blake have had like big winning streaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cypher as well. Cypher's and Dench aren't ones to be underestimated.
No.
But yeah, I mean their draft wise, I think I'm more scared of Dan and Moxie as players rather than their draft. Their drafts are very them. I've said before, they're not too threatening, but not too. You can't underestimate them. I think definitely in my I'm waffling here. In my conference, I'm definitely going to base it off the players rather than the Mons. I'm not really scared of the Mons this season. That's a bold statement, but it's definitely I'm looking at the players rather than the Mons, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you have like the draft to really stand up to any of these teams in this conference. It's really just kind of come down, I believe, to the players, like you said.
Yeah. I'm looking at Blake's draft, actually, he does have a very threatening and a very large draft. He has 11 Mons.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot of points to go on. But I'm excited to see what he's going to do with Mega Clearly. I'm excited to see what Dan does this season, because Dan's always one to surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Cypher too. Cypher does some weird things. And Dench, I've already played Dench, so no spoilers on that. But he does pull out all the stops. He's really, really interesting. And Poi. Obviously not the best coming into the league, but his draft is very, very threatening. Yeah,
I'm really excited to see how this division ends up. I believe it could come down to the last week of the season to redetermine what happens.
Oh yeah, definitely. I honestly don't know how this season's going to go, really. Conference-wise, it's been a while since we've played with 12 players. Obviously, we're not used to having conferences this big.
Yeah.
So it's like there's more important matches every week. We have 2 matches that aren't as important in obviously into divisions. So it's just I'm gonna have to just prepare properly all the time and double check, triple check calcs.
Yeah.
And make sure I know what I'm doing.
And it really led to some powerful drafts as well, especially with the limited amount of players. A lot of people can get a lot of the bigger threats.
Yeah, well, actually, saying that, there's a lot of things that were left that were picked up. I think with the point system in place that you are restricted. People can go from just drafting straight power to just drafting the weirdest of things, like Neo Ditto. But stuff like Slowbro, Cresselia were left, Magnezone, there were just loads, and Chansey was even left as well. So the point system's really, I feel like all the tier 1 mons would have been gone if it wasn't for the point system. So it's kind of glad it's in place. It's put a unique spin on things. It's going to be good to see. It's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it really is. So now that we were talking about other teams, I just want to hear your opinions on some of the other teams, not even in your division, but just as the league as a whole this season. Any drafts that really stick out to you?
Okay, so I'm on the draft page now. Bides' draft, I think it just screams threatening. I just see Victinian's outdoors, really. He has a lot of powerful mons, the ones like Haxorus that can set up all over you and stuff. But again, if I came to play him in the playoffs, we all know how that would go a little bit.
Just set up right.
Yeah, Mystic with Landorus Eye is very scary. I don't think he's in my division, though. Blizz with Azumarill, Dragonite, and Mega Charizard. Actually, Blizz's draft is it just screams OU to me. It just screams the kind of team you'd have in OU. Stuff like Conk and Starmie is just awful. Obviously, all the Landorus and the Genies pose a threat, so Aura has one of them too.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of threatening drafts. I don't really think there's a bad draft from what I was looking at. Really, everyone, I think, has the potential to really utilize any of the drafts that they have.
Yeah, I think looking at Asteroid, he actually has a few picks that I had from season 1. So Mega Sableye, Hydro, and Mew, they were within the first 4 picks. So it's weird to see some of my old teams being restructured. I don't know if it's purposely. I don't think it's purposely or not. But yeah, everyone looks like they have a fighting chance, but I think that is due to the point system because obviously everyone's going to get good mons, everyone's going to get some like weird ones and some niche ones. Because it's weird because you go from the top, you've seen all these really threatening mons, and at the bottom you just see these like random Pokemon like Ditto, Tyrantrum, even though that's not to laugh about, but stuff like, I don't know, Pangoro's on there,
Ooh.
Snorlax, Claydol, Frostlass,
Yeah.
Lapras.
Oh, Parasong, Whirlpool, that's going to come at least 1 week, or I hope.
Oh yeah, Lapras. I mean, I'm excited to see that. I really am.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how everyone fares this season. It really looks like it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun season.
Yeah, and all the coaches seem. Well, I feel like it's taken us a couple of seasons to get all the coaches, get all the right people
Yeah.
for the job, get everyone grounded, get everyone to have enough time. But I feel like this season we've finally done it, and everything's fine and balanced.
Yeah. So, going to my final question now. Any goals for the season? Any predictions? Anything like that you really want to see yourself do and really push yourself?
Oh, I'm in to win. No. I just want. I think preferably I'd want to see my friends do better. I want to be. I know, and it sounds really like vain and stuff, but a lot of people view me in this high regard in league format. It's just because I think out things and I calculate stuff. But really, I just want to see people surprise me and try to surprise each other.
Yeah.
Kind of goal of mine is just everyone to click and get on, and everyone just have a fun time regardless of what spot you're in. I know losing's never fun, but just be happy for like what we're doing and what we're taking part in. But a personal goal, I have to say, I want to get at least semi-finals of the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, I could really see that happening. It's going to be a tough division, tough fight, but I think you can pull it off.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll have to pull all the stops out though.
Yeah, the sets this season, it's going to be fun.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
So, unless you have anything else to add, anything else you wanted to say before?
Just coaches who are watching, just enjoy yourselves. Let's not have any salt or argument this season. Just
True.
play your best and get on with it. If you lose, you lose. Just try again next time. I don't know. Just keep it fun. Let's just keep it light and fun. That's all I'm gonna really say.
Of course. So I thank you for joining me in this interview.
Right, thanks for having me, mate.
And good luck on this upcoming season.
All right, will do.
All right.